My brother humiliated my job and begged for cash, so I cut him off and exposed his $1 million scam. I stood frozen, my work boots rooted to the cracked pavement outside my niece's 4th of July barbecue, as my brother Logan's voice sliced through the humid Pittsburgh air like a live wire. "Ethan's got this, right, bro? 15 grand for Ava's party. Chump change for a guy with no life." His smug grin, framed by a designer polo, sparked laughter from his buddies, their craft beers clinking like a toast to my humiliation. My grease-stained hands clenched, the weight of $90,000, 0 cents I'd bled for him over the years crashing down like a shorted circuit. That was the moment I knew. I wasn't his brother anymore. I was his ATM, and I was done. Pittsburgh, July 2025, is a city of steel ghosts and stubborn pride, where rusted bridges span the Allegheny and working-class folks like me grind out a living in the shadow of tech bros and crypto scams. My name's Ethan Carter, 35, a union electrician with scars on my knuckles and a heart battered by family loyalty. I grew up in a squat brick house in Lawrenceville where my parents, Diane and Tom, raised me and my younger brother, Logan, 32, with a lopsided rulebook. Logan was their golden boy, a lacrosse star with a smile that could sell snow to a blizzard. Me, I was the grunt, the reliable one, expected to sweat while Logan shone. Diane, 62, is a retired school secretary with a knack for guilt trips sharper than a lineman's pliers. Tom, 65, a former steelworker, prefers silence, letting Diane's tears do the heavy lifting. Logan's wife, Rachel, 31, is a nurse with a quiet strength, raising their daughter Ava, 8, a whip-smart kid who loves science kits and hates her dad's lies. Logan's buddies, guys like Chad and Bryce, are slick finance types, anti-union sharks who sneer at my calloused hands. Then there's my union crew, guys like Mike and Sal, who've got my back like rebar and concrete. The neighborhood split, half see me as a working-class hero, half as a traitor for turning on family. The problem? Logan spent his life leeching off me, and I let him. Since I was 14, hauling rebar on construction sites to save for a beat-up Ford F-150, I've been the family's safety net. Diane borrowed my $1,200 0-cent savings for Logan's elite hockey camp, leaving me bussing to work. My high school welding trophy? Ignored while they cheered Logan's benchwarming lacrosse games. I worked double shifts to fund his Penn State business degree, skipping my own trade school dreams. All because Diane's voice would crack over the phone. "You're the strong one, Ethan. Logan needs you." I fell for it every time like a rookie touching a live wire. My job's no picnic. I'm an electrician, crawling through decaying factories, wiring skyscrapers, and fixing outages in blizzards. At 27, I nearly fried when a 480-volt panel arced, leaving a scar like a lightning bolt on my arm. Last year, I was trapped for 3 hours under a collapsed ceiling in an old mill, my radio dead, dust choking my lungs. I thought I'd die there, picturing Logan's Tesla bought with my money parked outside his downtown loft. I've spent $90,000, 0 cents bailing him out. Rent, car payments, startup scams. That cash could have launched my own contracting firm, but instead it funded Logan's crypto influencer act, complete with Rolexes and bottle service. The barbecue was my breaking point. Picture it, a swanky venue in Shadyside, string lights twinkling, an open bar flowing, and me fresh off a 12-hour shift still in my Carhartt jacket smelling like burnt wiring. Logan in his $200 0-cent sunglasses spotted me and smirked. "Look who showed up." "Mr. Blue Collar," his buddies chuckled, their soft hands clutching IPAs. I ignored it, handed Ava her gift, a robotics kit she'd begged for. Logan scoffed. "Books! Lame! Should have just given cash, bro." Then came the gut punch. He slung an arm around me, voice loud enough for the whole damn party. "Ethan's covering the bill, right? 15 grand's nothing for a guy who lives in his truck." The laughter hit like a breaker tripping. My face burned. "Not like you have anything else to spend it on." I was done. I didn't scream. Didn't punch him, though God knows I wanted to. I just walked out, my boots thudding against the polished floor, and climbed into my truck. Hands shaking, I opened my banking app and canceled Logan's emergency credit card, the one that somehow paid for his Uber Eats and club tabs, blocked his number, texted my boss Mike that I'd take the overtime shift tomorrow. Driving home, the Pittsburgh skyline blurred through my windshield. I tallied the damage. Last year alone, $4,000, 0 cents, for Logan's emergency rent. $3,500, 0 cents for his Tesla repairs. $2,200, 0 cents for a business retreat that was just a Vegas bender. All while he mocked me as a grease monkey behind my back. Home's a one-bedroom in Bloomfield, walls lined with tools and a fridge stocked with Yuengling. I cracked a beer, pulled up my bank, and started cutting ties. Closed the joint account Diane insisted on for emergencies, canceled the $250, 0 cents monthly transfer for Ava's activities that Logan spent on himself, dug out the loan agreements Logan signed, worthless scribbles promising to repay $90,000, 0 cents. I tossed them in the trash. My phone lit up. Logan, Diane, Tom, random numbers. I ignored them all, turned it off, and slept like a baby, for the first time in years. Next morning, 5:30 a.m. I brewed coffee, the kind that tastes like tar but keeps you sharp. My phone was a war zone. 42 missed calls, 67 texts. Logan's messages started confused. Card's not working, bro. Fix it. Then furious. Call me now, you selfish prick. Diane's voicemails were a masterclass in manipulation. First, Ethan, something's wrong with Logan's card. Help him. Then, I'm so disappointed. What's going on? Finally, how could you do this to your brother? To Ava. I deleted them, packed my lunch, bologna sandwich, same as always, and loaded my tools. The day was a scorcher, 92 DGFF, and I had a busted transformer to fix in a steel mill. Diane called while I was driving. I picked up, knowing she'd never stop. What did you do? She snapped, no hello. Cut him off, I said, keeping it short. Ethan, he's struggling. You can't abandon family. Her voice cracked right on cue. He's been struggling since he was 15, Mom. I'm done bankrolling it. She pivoted, soft and wounded. He was joking at the party. You're too sensitive. I laughed, bitter. Em volunteered me to pay 15 grand without asking. Mocked my job. Called me a loser. That's not a joke, she sniffled. You've always been strong. Logan needs you. I gripped the wheel. I'm not his damn ATM. Ava's mom can call me directly if she needs help. Nothing goes through Logan. Silence. Then, I can't believe you're this cruel. I hung up, turned off my phone, and focused on the job. A 480-volt transformer doesn't care about your family drama. Logan called that afternoon from a new number. I was on a rooftop in the Strip District, rewiring a restaurant's HVAC system, sweat soaking my shirt. You done being a dick? He spat. Classic Logan, always the victim. You left me with a $15,000 0 cents bill, Ethan. I had to pawn my Rolex. I snorted. Good. Maybe sell the Tesla next. He exploded. You're jealous, just because you're stuck in a dead-end job. No wife, no kids. You're screwing me over. I cut him off. Find a job, pay your bills. Oh, and that Vegas trip you're missing? I'm going. First vacation in 5 years. I hung up, his curses fading as I tightened a conduit. The restaurant owner brought me iced tea, thanking me for saving her opening night. More gratitude in 10 seconds than Logan's given me in a decade. He kept calling, different numbers, emails, even messages through mutual friends. I blocked them all. By Sunday, I'd built a fortress. No calls, no texts, no guilt. Monday, I walked into the union hall grinning, and Mike, my boss, raised an eyebrow. You on something, Carter? I shook my head. Just fixed a long-term problem. No idea what hell was brewing on Logan's end, and for once, I didn't care. Then it got dangerous. Tuesday night, after a 14-hour shift, I found my truck's tires slashed at a job site in Hazelwood. It was 2 a.m., pitch black, and the neighborhood's not exactly a tourist spot. I had to walk 3 miles to a gas station, past boarded-up houses and guys eyeing me like I was prey. My tool bag weighed 40 pounds, and I gripped a wrench like a weapon. Got home at 4 a.m., filed a police report, and knew Logan did it. No proof, but his style, petty and vindictive. Wednesday, Rachel called. Logan's wife, voice tight, asked to meet at a diner on Butler Street. She slid a folder across the table, her nurse's scrubs wrinkled from a double shift. "I hired a forensic accountant," she said. "Logan's been scamming everyone." The folder was a bombshell. Logan's crypto platform was a Ponzi scheme, fleecing cousins, neighbors, even our pastor for $2,300,000 0 cents. He'd forged bank statements, used new investors' cash to pay old ones, and pocketed the rest for his Tesla, loft, and strip club networking. Rachel found it the night I cut him off, catching him panicking on his laptop. She filed for divorce, took Ava, and sent the FBI a 200-page dossier. "He told me you had investment money," she said, eyes hard. "I had no idea it was your paycheck." I nodded, jaw tight. "He's a leech, Rachel. Always has been." She dropped another bomb, found burner phones and cash in a hidden compartment in his Tesla. "What's he into, Ethan?" I didn't know, but it chilled me. Who was Logan's backer, the one he bragged about online? Emails traced to a burner account, no name. Rachel left, promising to keep Ava safe. I drove home, mind racing. Logan wasn't just a mooch, he was dangerous. The Union Hall was a war zone Thursday. Logan's buddies, Chad, Bryce, and some hedge fund prick, showed up accusing me of sabotaging Logan's empire. Chad got in my face. "You're just jealous he's making bank while you're playing with wires." My crew backed me, Sal shoving Chad back. "Ethan's worth 10 of your boy," Sal growled. The room split. Union guys cheering me, Logan's cronies hissing about class warfare. Deanne called it classless, siding with Logan, and half the family followed, calling me a traitor. The other half, cousins who'd lost $50,000 0 cents to Logan's scams, texted support. Pittsburgh's a small town, disguised as a city, word spreads fast, and I was either a hero or a snake. Friday, it got worse. I was rewiring a warehouse in Braddock when the panel I was working on sparked like a firework. Someone had sabotaged it, crossed wires, stripped insulation. The shock threw me back, burning my hands and leaving me dazed. Hospital said second-degree burns, concussion, $20,000 0 cents bill. No insurance cushion thanks to Logan's drain on my savings. Mike visited, furious. "This smells like your brother's crew." No proof, but I knew. Logan's investors, thinking I was in on his scam, wanted me scared. Or dead. Ava called Saturday, voice small. "Dad's lying about you, Uncle Ethan. I hate him." My heart broke, but her trust fueled me. I promised to take her to the Carnegie Science Center, no strings attached. Rachel agreed, setting up direct payments for Ava's school, bypassing Logan. That night, I got a cryptic text from an unknown number. "Logan's boss isn't happy. Watch your back." My stomach dropped. Who was pulling Logan's strings? Sunday, Diane pulled her trump card, a family intervention at St. Mary's Church, 50 relatives packed in. She stood at the pulpit, tears streaming, accusing me of destroying our family. Logan sat, head bowed, playing the victim. Half the room nodded, Diane's allies whispering about my selfishness. Then Cousin Jake stood up. "Logan scammed me out of $30,000 0 cents. Ethan's the only one with guts to stop him." The room erupted, half cheering, half booing. I walked out, Diane's sobs echoing. The neighborhood was a powder keg now. Union folks slapped my back, Logan's crew spread rumors. I was unhinged. Monday, the FBI raided Logan's loft, hauling out computers and files. News hit KDKA, local man defrauds community in $2.30 M crypto scam. Logan's scam had bilked our pastor, neighbors, even Ava's teacher. Rachel's dossier was airtight. Forged statements, wire transfers, fake investor reports. Logan's assets were frozen, his Tesla towed, his loft padlocked. He was crashing in a motel off Route 28, still posting on X about being betrayed by family. My crew toasted me at the bar, but Logan's allies lobbied the union to blacklist me, claiming I provoked him. Mike shut it down, but the pressure was on. Tuesday night, I stepped out of the shower to pounding on my door. Logan stood there, reeking of whiskey, eyes wild, hair matted. "You ruined me!" he screamed, lunging. I'm no fighter, but 15 years hauling 80-pound panels made me solid. He swung a crowbar, clipping my shoulder. I shoved him back, and he stumbled into the street, cursing. My neighbor, Mrs. Kowalski, called 911, recording it all. Logan swung at a cop, earning a taser to the chest. They cuffed him for assault, vandalism, and violating my restraining order. Mrs. Kowalski's video went viral on X, splitting Pittsburgh further. "Ethan's a thug," Logan's crew posted. "He's a hero," my guys countered. Diane called Wednesday, sobbing. "You're killing me, Ethan. Drop the charges." Tom got on, voice cold. "Your mother's heart can't take this." I laughed, hollow. "Logan tried to kill me, Dad. I'm done." They threatened to cut me from their will, a joke since their house is still mortgaged at 65. They showed up at my job site, Diane wailing, Tom red-faced. Mike kicked them off, threatening cops. They left a letter at my apartment listing my sins against family. I burned it. Thursday, Rachel called, panicked. Logan had violated her restraining order, trying to grab Ava from school. Cops arrested him, and a judge slapped him with 2 years for kidnapping, assault, and fraud charges piling up. Ava was safe, but shaken. I took her to the science center, watching her eyes light up at a robot demo. "You're not like Dad," she said, hugging me. I nearly broke. Friday, I got another text. "Logan was a pawn. You're next." I installed cameras, changed locks, and told Mike to ban Logan's crew from job sites. My old college buddy, now a cop, warned me, "Logan's mixed up with bad people. Stay sharp." What was in that locked safe at Diane's house? Why wouldn't she open it? I didn't know, but I wasn't backing down. By August, I'd launched Carter Electric, hiring 2 laid-off union guys and landing a city contract to rewire public schools. My bank account grew, no longer bleeding for Logan. The viral video kept the city divided. Half called me a family record, half a working-class legend. I didn't care. Ava, Rachel, my crew, that's my family now. Diane's voicemails pile up begging for healing. I delete them. Logan's in county, still spinning tales of betrayal. Me? I'm free, and no guilt trips pulling me back. What's next? I don't know. That safe at Diane's house haunts me. Who's Logan's boss, and why do I feel like this isn't over? One thing's sure. Family's what you build, not what you're born into. I'm done paying for loyalty that never existed.